playing the crystal singing bowls is how it affects our brain waves. So within 10 to 15 minutes of playing your crystal bowls, your body is naturally going to shift into a brainwave state called theta. And we know this is where our body does its most profound healing on a physical level, emotional, mental, and spiritual. We also understand that as these bowls are emitting frequencies, your body absorbs them like a sponge, taking that frequency in like a wave passing through your body, and your body will calibrate to the best of its ability to match that frequency. Now, as those bowls are playing together, if you're playing more than one, you're going to create a experience called a binaural. This is where the sound oscillates between the right and the left hemisphere, and it starts to create a balance. And as that balance starts to affect the body, we notice how the restorative quality of our immune system and our cells being able to activate and regenerate themselves and change the frequencies that we are carrying within us. So as you're deciding how to set up your bowls, it can be helpful to think about the bowls you're going to play the most often and for the longer periods of time being closer to your body. And the reason being that we want to be mindful of our shoulders and relaxing them. So I like to put my larger bowls that I prefer to play more often than the smaller, higher pitched bowls. As the bowls are bigger in diameter, the sound tends to be more of a bass tone. And that can be preferable to kind of carry your sound bath experience. So as I choose to keep these large bowls in closer to my body, they're easier to play, and I can play them for longer periods of time without getting a lot of tension going through my arm and my hand and my shoulders. So I know that when I'm going to play one of my smaller bowls, I'm going to play it for less time, and I'm likely just going to play it to almost like pepper it into my set. So for example, I'm playing a D bowl in this moment, and I'm going to reach over here and I'm going to play my G bowl, which is a slightly smaller bowl. And since it's in a fourth octave, you can hear that the pitch is much higher. And typically with a higher pitch, it can be more of a call to attention, and you'll notice that people become a little bit more alert from those higher pitch sounds. So because my intention when I'm playing is more of a meditative, lucid dreaming trance state, I want to carry as much of these deep notes as possible, which means I'm going to keep the larger bowls closer to my body at all times, so that way I can primarily play those. So as I am transitioning, let's say, from this D and G combination, I can just gently let go and allow that G to resonate. And sometimes I'll keep the wand going and just switch hands just like that as I reach over to switch to this little baby A bowl that I have. And again, it's a very high-pitched sound. So I'm just going to pepper that in gently with a very light pressure, only going around the bowl a few times. And I'm letting the D note carry with a much deeper sound, really trying to concentrate the pressure here so the volume of D carries over the volume of my baby A bowl. And again, this is more of a personal preference. I suppose it depends on what your intention is for playing the bowls. But if I, for example, back off of my D and I just play the baby A with a really dominant pressure, I want you to just notice the difference. So I'm playing D very gently. And for me and my body, what I notice with that change is that I become a little bit more aware of what's going on in the room. I'm a little bit more called to attention, be sort of in the center of my head. And that's not really what my intention is when I'm playing the bowls. I'm trying to relax my nervous system and really go into a deeper state of awareness. So again, I try to carry that deep sounding bowl, whichever bowl I'm choosing in that deep range, as a primary bowl, which means I'm giving it more volume, more resonating than any of the smaller bowls, pretty much at all times. So, this is a personal preference. I just wanted to give you guys some ideas on how to improve your playing practice if your intention is to be in a meditative state.